Back on BTN Live, huge game on Friday in Lincoln, the Heroes Trophy on the line. Obviously, Iowa playing for an undefeated regular season. Nebraska trying to get as we are joined from our studio in Lincoln by the head coach of the Huskers, Mike Riley. And, Coach, it was a bye week for you guys. The biggest things you were looking to accomplish?
Well, we hope we got a lot done, and one of the things is we practiced a couple days, and it was good to get some football in, and we worked on some Iowa stuff, and then we tried to give the players a couple days off where they had a little bit of a break. We've been going 11 straight weeks, and that doesn't include what we did all through fall camp heading right into the year. So I think physically and mentally they had a little break, and then we also got some Iowa stuff in, and we started back because of the Friday game. We started back with an evening practice on afternoon to get going in our regular game prep week.
Injuries have been a huge story. We've talked about this in terms of your season. Basically throughout the course of the year, you've had 20 players start on both sides of the ball. How's the health of this team now coming off the bye and heading into the Iowa game?
Well, I think in general, from what we've been through, we're in good shape. You know, of course, DeMornay Pearsonell has been out for the year for a while, and we've had to deal with that in a kind of a continual fashion. But for the most part, as we went through just today, our starters and rotation in the ball game, we are in good shape, and some of it looked actually like our opening game a little bit, the original starters that we had playing then.
Coach, the loss to Purdue in particular felt like a real low point, and I think a lot of people had completely written off Nebraska at that point. And then you came back and got the big win against Michigan State. You followed it up with a win over Rutgers. How did you get the team back from that loss to Purdue?
Well, I think that a lot of people have to take part in that or something like that in order for it to work. And I think mostly it's really the consistent work of the players and the consistency of the coaching staff in general. Everybody has to just kind of focus on the week to come.
I know the expectation in Nebraska is to compete for and win championships. Certainly no one is more keenly aware of that than you are. But what would it mean to rally based on where the season was, to rally from 3-6 and end up making a bowl with wins over Michigan State and Iowa to get there?
Well, I think it would be awesome, as a matter of fact. And we've got another, like you mentioned, big challenge ahead of us. But it's also an opportunity to really do what everybody wants to do, and that's finish strong. If we could beat 2 top 10 teams in the last month of the season, it would be really good for this team.
Well, let's focus in on the matchup a little bit. Iowa obviously comes in undefeated. They have been the source of much commentary nationally about just how good a team they are or aren't, depending on your point of view. You're putting on film and you're trying to figure out a way to beat them this week. What do you see when you watch the Hawkeyes?
They play at a very, very good level. They're very sound, consistent. Their recipe for winning has been one of consistency all year long. Their ability to run the football, play action, pass the football. It's really nicely done. They get very, very good quarterbacking out of Beathard. Defensively, they give up very few big plays.
Let's focus in on their offense. They are so balanced offensively. What do you try to take away?
Well, we always feel like you've got to be sound against the run. If a team can run on you, then they can really control the physical part of the game. They can control the sticks on third down with good third down situations. So you can't let a team like this run their zone plays, their stretch plays, and just eat up yardage on the ground. We're going to have to do a very good job of leveraging the football, be good on the cutbacks, and be good tacklers. You know, that's going to be a key issue.
What's the biggest key for Tommy Armstrong coming into this one?
I think Tommy is going to be probably his biggest key will be just good decision making. You know, we want to do kind of the same thing I described as Iowa does. We'd like to run the football. Our best football games have been games where we have done a nice job running the ball, and when we broke out against Michigan State and had a nice game running the football, everything goes better that way.
Coach, you're finishing up your first season. As we mentioned, you did have a bye week, so at least you had a little bit of time to collect your thoughts. As you wind up this first year at Nebraska, what do you think the biggest challenges are to getting this program to where you want it to be and to where Nebraska fans want it to be?
Well, Dave, I think, I don't know about challenges, but the biggest thing ahead of us is going into year two with the knowledge of what we have right now. I think you have to start with the foundation of the people that will continue in the program. And you're obviously going to add to that with some recruiting and some priorities you want to accomplish there. But, what we look for in order to go forward and be better and win those games that we didn't this year is basically growth.
Mike Riley, the head coach of the Huskers. Coach, in as much as you can, given that it's the day before a game, enjoy your Thanksgiving, and thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Good to talk to you.